Hi everyone, in this class we are going to discuss about correlation, in particular rank correlation. Still now we have discussed a normal correlation, positive correlation, negative correlation. We measure the correlation coefficient by using formula. So this topic is somewhat different from what we have studied in the earlier class. So this is rank correlation, Spearman rank correlation. So why we need rank correlation? That first we will understand why we need rank correlation. Actually, if you are given data, original values, if you are given original values, okay, we can find the relationship between two variables x and y. We are having some measurements, covariance and correlation. But why we need rank correlation? For example, some data, at this point of time, I want to take qualitative data. For example, I want to give the number for that qualitative data. Sometimes it is better to give rank instead of give values, right? Because beauty is not well defined. It is not well defined. So person to person it will vary, right? The judge to judge, for their own perception they will give the value. So that value, if it is rank, then it is better, right? Normally we will give rank for those kind of situations. Suppose if you want to give the values for beauty, if you want to give the values for honesty, normally we will give rank, okay? So honest wise he is first, honest wise he is second. Rank, instead of giving values, instead of giving marks, we can give rank. That will be better for calculation. So normally in this qualitative data, what we will do? We will give rank. If you are having qualitative assessment such as beauty or honesty, we will give interest to give rank. Instead of giving values, instead of giving marks, we will give interest to give rank. So we are given rank of two variables, okay? Assume we are given rank, right? We don't know the values. We are given rank of x and y. Suppose I want to find the relationship between those two variables rank, then I can use this Spearman's rank correlation. So here I can find the degree of relationship, right? Degree of rank relationship between two variables. So that what is the use? So that I can understand the significant relation between the two variables x and y. Okay, so by using the rank, by considering the rank, I am going to analyze the behavior of relationship of two variables x and y. So that is Spearman's rank correlation. So there are types in rank correlation. Actually this is for calculation purpose. There are three types. Sometimes you will be given these are all the three types. So what are all the types? Everything will be there, which means rank and values will be there. Second one, rank will not be there, only values will be there. So you have to give the rank based on the numbers, based on the values that you are having. And then what we have to do in the tie situation, right? If the two or more items having same rank, means how to find the rank correlation coefficient. So these are all the three types. So next, when the ranks are given or not given. So first I am going to calculate the rank correlation coefficient for two types. I am going to we are given or not given. First I will explain you. First I will explain you the formula. This is the formula, right? This is the formula, rank correlation coefficient. Here also we are denoting that R. So rank correlation coefficient is equal to 1 minus 6 into, this is fixed number. It will not vary problem to problem, data to data, it will not vary. It is fixed. 6 into summation d square divided by n into n square minus 1. So number of values. is given to you. So number of x and y values that we are going to find the relationship. So this is the formula. In this, R is coefficient of rank correlation. Then D means difference between two ranks, right? Difference between rank, degree of similarity between two ranking. Normally we will call degree of similarity between two ranking. But what is the value? Difference between the rank 1 and rank 2. Okay, rank 1 and rank 2, which means rank of xi value, rank of yi value. So find the difference between R1 minus R2, that is D. Then n is number of data, that you know very well. So first problem, I will explain you the first problem. Compute Spearman's rank correlation R for the following data, right? The name is generally rank correlation coefficient, Spearman's rank correlation. So we are having how many number of value, how many number of person they are considering, 3, 6, 10 number of person, right? 10 number of person they are considering. So first of all, we are considering 10 number of values, which means 10 number of values. So my n is 10, So for that 10 number of persons, 2 values are given, right? For each and every person, 2 values are given. Rank in statistics, rank in income. So rank in statistics, rank in income is given. So you can consider this is variable x, this is variable y. So what we are going to do, we are going to find the relationship, rank relationship, degree of relationship, right? By using rank correlation coefficient, we are going to find. Okay, so we don't know the marks, right? We don't know the marks of that person in statistics. We don't know the marks of that particular person A in income, right? So we don't know all the data, but rank is there, right? The rank is there. So you are going to find the degree of relationship by using rank correlation coefficient. So how we are going to find? So this is comes under first type. This is comes under first type. Why? Because ranks is there, right? We are given rank. So problem is very easy to find the rank correlation coefficient. So rank is given to you. So in income, person A got first rank. In statistics, he has got 9th rank. Person B has got second rank in income. In statistics, he has got 10th rank. So in this way you can consider. So now look at this table. Look at this table, what we are going to do. So what we need, you see in this formula. So what we need n already it is 10, right? Number of values. So additionally I need this one only, summation d square. Additionally I need summation d square. So I am going to find, summation d squared is equal to what? From the table, right? From the table I am going to find summation d squared. How I am going to find? Let us see. So you form the table. Right? You form the table. First column consists of person, 10 different person. Then their rank in statistics, the person's rank in statistics you write in second column, it is given. Rank in income, it is also given. So first 3 column already whatever it is given to you in that data I have written in the form of table, right, in the column. Then first calculation I need D. So what is D? Difference between two ranks. Difference between rank in statistics and rank in income of that particular person A, B, C, right, respectively. So here what you will get, R1, this is R1, right? You can denote this is R1, rank 1, rank in statistics. This is R2, rank in income. So 9 minus 1, right? 9 minus 1. So I will get 8. 9 minus 1, 8. For person B, difference between two ranks, 10 minus 2. So I will get 8. So in this way, difference between R1 and R2 for all person, right? So in this way you can find, so here you will get 3. So in this way you can find all the D value, all the difference value, all the difference of two ranks. Then what I need, only one value I need to apply in the formula, summation D square. Summation D square, right? So for that I need D square first. D square is 8 square is 64, 8 square is 64, 3 square is 9. So in this way you calculate all the D square value. Then you add all these values to get summation D square. So what I am getting summation D square? 280. 280. So I know that value also, only one value is pending to find the rank correlation coefficient. So I have got that value also. Now I am going to apply that value in formula. We know the formula. It is very easy formula. 1 minus 6 into summation D square by n into n square minus 1. So 6 is fixed. Summation D square. Now from the table I can write 280 n into n minus 1. Actually there are two terms. This is first term, don't mix with 1. So 10 into 100 minus 1. So 1 minus 1.697. So I am getting the rank correlation coefficient minus 0.697. So I am getting minus 0.697 is the rank correlation coefficient. Next, if we are not given the rank, how to find the rank correlation coefficient? From the given data below, calculate the coefficient of rank correlation of x and y, right? We are given values. Of course, we can by using this value we can find the correlation coefficient, of course, but here I am giving interest to find the rank correlation coefficient, right? I want to use this data to find the rank correlation coefficient. So how to find the rank correlation coefficient? So values are given. I have to give the rank. I have to assign the rank for this value, right? Based on their performance, based on their values, I have to assign the rank value. How to assign? I will explain you. So if I know the rank only, I can find this summation D square. Okay, then only I can find the value of summation D square. So I need rank. I am going to give the rank based on their values. So my x is, what is better way I will tell you, but by looking at the value itself you can give the rank, okay. By looking at the value itself you can give the rank, but to reduce the error, right, to reduce the error you write in descending order. So what is the highest value in this? What is the highest value in this? 97, then 92, then 82, 80, 71, 69, 64, 58. It is in descending order. You count the number also, you cross check that. So how many values are there? 8 values are there. So 8 values are there. So this is first rank, second rank, third rank, fourth rank, fifth rank, sixth rank, seventh rank, eighth rank. So in this way you find the rank of each and every value in the given data. Similarly you can find the rank of y. You can find the rank of y. I will write here. So what will be the first value? This is first, 135 is second, 132 is third, then 125 is fourth, 120 is 5th, 118 is 6th, 112 is 7th. I have assigned the rank for each and every value of x and y, right? Now I am going to use this rank to form the table to find the value of d and d square. I am going to use this rank. For each and every value, what is the rank? You see here, 80, for 80 rank is 4. I have written rank is 4. For 92 rank is 2. In this way you can write the rank values, okay, or in the table itself you can write the rank, right? No need of these steps. If you know how to give the rank, no need to write all these steps. You can give the rank by looking at the value itself. You can give the rank. How you can give? Okay, 97 first rank, 92 second rank, then 82 third rank. In this way you can give the rank values. So that is your wish. Similarly, already we have given the rank, right? Already I have assigned the rank for y also. Already I have assigned the rank for y also. So you write all the values 4, 2, 7. So totally we are having 8 number of values. N is equal to 8. Like previous problem, we can find d. Normally I am using small d also. So you use the same notation. You use the same notation. So small d, difference between two ranks. So 4 minus 4, I will get 0. 2 minus 2, 0. 1 minus 7, minus 6. In this way you find d. Then d square, right? This is d square for you. This is d square. 0 square, 0 square, minus 6 the whole square. So in this way you find. I need summation of all d square. So summation of all d square is, you add all this value, I think 54, right? 54, right? You check this also. So 36, 40, 41, 45, 54. So summation d square is 54. So you add all these values to get summation d square is 54. So now what is the formula? Already I know n is 8 number of values. N is 8 number of values. So what is the formula? What is the formula? R is equal to 1 minus 6 into summation d square divided by n into n square minus 1. N into n square minus 1. So I am substituting the values. 1 minus 6 into 54 divided by 8 into 64 minus 1. So then what you will get? You will get 1 minus 0.64. 1 minus 0.64. You will get the answer 0.357. So this is the degree of relationship by using rank correlation coefficient, right? So 0.357 is the answer. So in this, what is the difference from the first problem? We are not given rank, we are given only values. So we have to assign the rank for each and every value of x and y. Then we have to use those values to find the rank correlation coefficient. Next we will move on to the next type. When two or more values, two or more items having the same rank, right? When the tie is happen, how to find the rank correlation coefficient. So when the ranks are equal, right? In this case, what is the difference? Third type. This is third type in rank correlation coefficient. If two or more items, two or more values having the same rank means what way we have to find, right? How to find the rank correlation coefficient. Actually, if tie is happens means how to find the rank correlation coefficient if two values have same rank. So if there are more than one item with the same rank, so when the ranks are equal, what concept we are going to use? Average rank concept. Average rank concept. So what concept we are going to use? Average rank concept we are going to use. So what do you mean by average rank concept. So I will explain you. So this is the formula. We have to add an adjustment factor also. We have to add that adjustment factor. What is that adjustment factor? I will tell you. This is the adjustment factor. So what is our original formula? R is equal to 1 minus 6 into summation d square by n into n square minus 1. So this is our original formula, right? This is our original formula. But what we are doing additionally, we are adding some value. We are adding some value depending on the repeated terms, depending on the repeated rank, right? Depending on the repeated rank, we are going to add some factor value. We are going to add some factor value. Okay, so depending on the same rank, depending on the tie what we are having, we are going to add some factor. So how I am going to find this M1? I will explain you what is M1, M2, M3. I will explain you. Suppose if you are having a repeated rank, same rank, right? Same rank, 3 number of values, this formula will be applicable. Now let us see one more problem. So if you are given a same rank, if you are given same rank data, how to find the rank correlation coefficient? So what do you mean by same rank? We are given values only. We are going to assign rank for these values. For x and y, we are going to assign by writing in descending order. We are going to assign rank. So if you assign the values, what is the additional problem in this? You see, so what is the additional problem in this? You see 64, okay, first time, same mark has been scored by different person, right? If we consider this one as mark, right? If we consider this one as mark, same mark has been scored by 2 students and one more also, right? So 3 students got same mark. So how to give the rank? Normally what we will do? Normally we will give the same rank, right? Rank correlation coefficient, how to assign the rank, I will explain you. Now normally we will do the same rank, we will give the same rank for all the students who got 64. But in this rank correlation coefficient, we should not do in that way. So how to give the rank? You see, there is a rule to give the rank if we are having same rank. So my values are x values. You write in descending order. So what is first value? In descending order, right? First you have to write in descending order. I have written. So I am going to assign the rank for that. 80 first rank, no problem. For only one time it is occurring. But 75 occurring 2 times, right? So how to give the rank? Don't give the rank. Normally what we will do? We will give the rank 2 for both 75. So how to give the rank? You see. So this is first rank. 75 is repeated 2 times. So normally you give the rank 2 and 3. Find the average of these 2 ranks. Not the average of values. Find the rank average of these 2 values. Right? What is the average of these 2 values? What is the middle rank in this? 2.5, right? 2.5. So that is the rank for 75, right? So for this 75 also 2.5, this 75 also 2.5. So in this way you have to assign the rank. 78, 68 only one time. Already we have taken these 2 values, right? 2 and 3. By combining this only, by taking the average of 2 and 3 only, I have written 2.5. So don't think this is 3rd rank, right? So this is 4th rank. Already average of 2nd and 3rd rank is over. So this is 4th rank. Then 64 is repeated, right? 64 is repeated. So 3 students, we are going to give same rank for 3 students. Okay, same rank for 3 students. How I am going to assign? You see. So after 4, normally 5th rank, right? Normally this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, right? So this is the original rank, right? If I am writing in order. But how to assign the rank, you see, average of these three values, which means middle value. So 13, 18 by 3, you will get 6th rank, right? So this 64 is 6th rank, this 64 also 6th rank, 6th rank, okay? So we don't have the rank value 5, we don't have the rank value 7, Then don't give this 55 is 7th rank, already 5th rank, 6th rank, 7th rank over, right? Average of all those values are over. So you have to give this 8th rank. This is only one time, so 8th rank, A50 occurring only one time, 9th rank, 40 occurring one time, 10th rank. So that's all over. So we are having 10 number of values. We have assigned 10 rank, okay, 10 rank for the value of x. Okay, so in this way you have to assign the rank. Now you can check. Now we can check in the table. 68 4th rank. You see here, 68 4th rank, correct? 64 is 6th rank. Yes, 64, all 364 has got 6th rank. 75 has got 2.5 rank, right? 2.5 rank. So you see 2.5, 75. Then 50 has got 9th rank. So in this way you can check, right? So this is the rank in X. So this is R1. Rank 1. So in this way you can find rank of Y. So I will explain in this table itself. You see 81 is first rank, so no problem, only one time it is occurring. We are having second rank, right? After 81, this 70 is there. So this is first rank. 70 is second rank. I have written here. Okay. So first and second rank, no problem. Then you see third and fourth rank are same, right? 68. So 68 two times it is there. So we have to give the rank, already second rank over. We have to give the numbers 3 and 4. But this is normal way, right? Normal way we will give 3, right? For both we will give 3. But here the rule is different. So you give original 3 and 4 and find the average of these two ranks. So what is the average of these two? Average of 3 and 4. What you will get average of 3 and 4? You know, right? Average of 3 and 4. 3.5. You know how to find the average of 3 and 4? 3.5, right? 3 plus 4 divided by 2, 7 by 2. That's all over. Then what is the value? So 3 and 4 over. Next to rank we have to give 5 only, don't give 4. So 5th rank, this is only one time it is there. So 5th rank for that. Then 6th rank also only one time. 7th rank also only one time. Okay. 7th rank also only one time. So everything is only one time. 50 is 8th rank. 48 is 9th rank. Then final mark is 45. We are giving 10th rank. So in this way you have to give the rank, you have to assign the rank. So you can consider this one is R2, rank 2. Then find the deviation, which means the difference between two ranks. You can write this one R1 minus R2. You can follow the same rule for all problem. R1 minus R2. So 4 minus 5, I am getting minus 1. 6 minus 7, I am getting minus 1. So in this way you find the difference. Then D square minus 1 the whole square, which is 1, minus 1 the whole square, which is 1. So in this way you calculate all the D square. Finally you sum up all the values to get summation D square. So summation D square is 72. Okay, summation D square is 72. Okay, we have framed the table, but we have to use the formula, different formula for this. If we are having tie situation, we have to use a different formula. Depending on the repetition, depending on the rank, same rank, we have to use the formula. It is not fixed formula. How to use that formula, I will explain you. Now we need additional one table also. So we have framed one table which gives you the values of summation d square. So that we have done. Now we have to frame another table also which consists of 4 number of column. In that repeated rank, we are going to analyze the repeated rank of x column, repeated rank of x column. So in x column, right, what are all the rank which are repeated? What are all the rank which are repeated? Right? You see which rank is repeated, what value is repeated. You see 4 is only one time, so no need to take. 6 you have to consider, right? 6th rank 3 times it is there, right? 3 times it is there, so you write 6. 6th rank it is 3 times, so you have to write that one M3, right? M3. Actually we can give any number, M1, M2, M3, that is your wish. So I am giving for this 6th rank M3, right? You can give M1 also, right? So we are having 3 repeated rank values. In this. Based on rank I am telling, not based on the values. Based on rank I am having 3 repeated values. So I will have M1, M2, M3. If I am having 2 repeated rank value, M1, M2. In this way you have to consider. If I am having 4 repeated value, M1, M2, M3, F4. So rank 6 repeated 3 times. So I am considering M3 is equal to 3. You can take M1 also. Then 2.5. Whether it is repeated? Yes, this rank is repeated. This rank is repeated 2 times. 2.5. So 2.5 is repeated 2 times. So I am taking that one as M1. Then 9 is not repeated. First rank is not repeated. 10th rank is not repeated. 8th rank is not repeated. That's all from repeated rank of X column. Then repeated rank of Y column. Only one value is repeated 2 times. Right? Only one value is repeated 2 times. You see this 3.5 only is repeated 2 times. So all the other values are occurring only one time. It is coming only one time. So 3.5 repeated rank of Y column 3.5, it is repeated 2 times. So I am assuming that one as M2. So you can take, right, you can assume this one as M1, this one as M2, this one as M3. So it is your wish, but you have to take in terms of M1, M2, M3. You are not going to use the rank value. You are going to use the repeated number of times value in that formula. M1 is equal to 2, M2 is equal to 2, and M3 is equal to 3. I am going to use these values in formula. So this is the formula. So you see it is not that much tough, easy only. 1 minus 6 into, so it is common, 6 into summation d square 1 by 12. In each and every term, right, we are going to add some factor, we are going to add some adjustment factor. In that, in each and every term, we will have 12, 1 by 12 in each and every term. That is formula construction, right? That is fixed. It is not depending on the rank, it is not depending on the repetition. It is fixed value, it is fixed constant. This 6 and 12 are fixed. It is not going to vary problem to problem. So 1 by 12 m1 cube minus m1 plus 1 by 12 m2 cube minus m2 plus 1 by 12 m3 cube minus m3. Since we are having 3 repeated rank values, combinedly in both x and y, okay, in both and x and y, not only in x, not only in y. So if I am having 4 number of repeated ranks, then what I have to write? Additionally I have to write 1 by 12. So this common bracket will not close here. 1 by 12 m4 cube minus m4. If I am having 5 number of repeated ranks, you can add this adjustment factor, right, in the formula. So this is not a fixed formula. Depending on the repeated rank, you have to write the formula. Okay, you have to write the formula. So now this is the formula. I am going to apply all the values. 1 minus 6 fixed number, summation d square from the table 72, 1 by 12 fixed number. Then m1 is 2, right, in the second table, right, in the second table we are having m1 value 2. You see here m1 is 2. So 2 cube minus 2 plus 1 by 12. m2 value also 2. So 2 cube minus 2. Then m3 value 3 cube minus 3. So divided by n into n square minus 1. Don't forget those. So these are all the second term, right? These are all the second term. So you calculate the numerator first, then divide by 10 into 100 minus 1. So you calculate all these values. 6 into 72 plus 0.5, 0.5 plus 2. So then divide by 10 into 99. So what you will get? 0.545. You complete the calculation of this term, right? Then 1 minus, you find the value of 1 minus all these calculated value, right? All these calculated value. So what you will get? 0.545. So this is the rank correlation coefficient for this data, this problem. So this is the way we have to find the rank correlation coefficient if we are given same rank values. So you can practice this problem, workout problem. Actually already what is there? Already rank is there, right? No need to worry about that. The rank is there. What is your work? You have to apply the formula, that's all, right? You find the difference between two ranks and n, you know, you can find n number of values it is given. Then you can find the rank correlation coefficient, so that you can find the degree of relationship by using rank correlation coefficient. So that's all from this class. Thank you so much. Thank you.